Barnaby's, shop till you drop. Episode 6, Help Wanted. Fresh from the field. That's our slogan here in produce. Hi, I'm Zeke, short for Ezekiel. I'm the assistant produce manager here at Barnaby's. Yeah, I know, it sounds like an Amish name, right? Well, it is. I was raised Amish until my 16th birthday, when Rumspringa began, and when it was over, I decided to stay. For those of you that don't know what Rumspringa is, it's a period of time in which Amish teenagers, usually between the ages of 14 to 21, depending on the community, are allowed to act like, quote unquote, the English, normal people so to speak. During those years, young Amish children, male or female, are allowed to ride in cars, listen to music, drink, smoke, have sex, in other words, do anything the English can do. Then, on their 18th or 21st birthday, again, depending on the community, decide whether they want to live amongst the English for the rest of their lives, or return to their Amish ways. Anyway, as I said, I chose to stay. Being that I was raised Amish, and know a lot about farming, fruits, vegetables, and things of that sort. This is the perfect job for me. And I love it. One thing though, Barnaby's is a very old store. We still get all our fruits and vegetables from local growers. Our customers seem to love it though. Anyway, I like my job, and the people here, but there's something off about this place. It scares the crap out of me sometimes. I've heard all the stories, the fight over a turkey, the Indian burial ground thing, and the incident with the Pepsi truck. I love Pepsi. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go get one right now. Hold on a second. Damn, all out of Pepsi. All I wanted was a Pepsi. Just a Pepsi. Yeah, most of you won't get that reference, but it's okay though, some of you will. Anyway, my jobs include ordering, price changes, setting up displays, anything the manager can do. Simply because, when she's not here, someone has to do it. All produce associates are responsible for filling the department, cleaning the shelves, baling cardboard, and making bales. Which leads me to my story. It was the end of March, 2013, right before Easter. We were busy as hell. People were buying everything. We were putting out product left and right, which created a lot of cardboard to be baled. In case you haven't noticed, I like to talk. Anyway, I needed a break from all the craziness, after some old lady in one of those riding shopping cart things, I think they call it a mart cart or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, she slammed that thing right into our giant diamond nut display, knocking it over, spilling over 40 pounds of loose nuts all over the place. It was a nutastrophe. I just walked away. I went to the prep room, grabbed the cart of cardboard, and took it to the back room to bale it. The baler was full, like usual. So I had to make a bale. Now, the baler is a very dangerous piece of equipment. It's basically a large hydraulic press. You throw the cardboard into the chamber below, close the safety gate, hit the down button, and a large metal press comes down and crushes the cardboard. When the chamber is full, you have to empty it. Hence the phrase, make a bale. I saw the QA guy, Steven, roaming around back there. I asked him to give me a hand. He didn't think it was funny, but that's a different story. Anyway, he agreed, and grabbed a pallet to put the bale on. I grabbed the baling wire, opened the baler door, used the metal pipe to poke holes through, put one wire in each one of the slots on the bottom, walked around to the back of the baler, and put the wires back through the top slots. We then started to wrap and secure the wires around the bale. Now, baling wire is a very thin piece of wire, and has been known to break. We finished wrapping the bale, put the pallet in place, closed the gate, hooked up the chains, so the bale would eject, and hit the up button. Steven and I stepped to the side. Anyone who has worked in the grocery business for more than a week knows to stay clear of a bale being made. Well, apparently, no one told Stephanie, the deli manager. She walked by, just as the bale was ejecting. One of the wires snapped somehow, came flying back, fast, and hit her directly on the side of her face, right over her left eye, slicing her diagonally across her face. She fell to the ground, screaming and grabbing her face with both hands, blood pouring out through her fingers. Steven and I ran to help her. Now, I've seen many accidents like this, when I was growing up, so, it didn't faze me at all. But, to add insult to injury, Steven threw up, on Stephanie's lap. That was so gross. Anyway, I slowly moved her hands. Her face was a bloody mess, like something from a bad 80s horror movie. Her eye was hanging out of its socket. Her nose was ripped completely off, as well as her right cheek. The left side of her face was hanging down, exposing tissue, bone, and the empty eye socket. Most of her teeth were knocked out. She was screaming frantically, kicking her legs all around. She nailed Stephen right in his man parts. I snickered a little bit. He was useless after that. Anyway, she started gasping for air, her one eye rolled back in her head, and she thankfully passed out. Blood still gushing everywhere. I thought she was dead. I picked her up, threw her limp body over my right shoulder, and ran out of the back room, through the store, and up to the front of the store, completely covered in blood. Pat gave me a Barnaby's Shop Till You Drop t-shirt to change into afterwards. Anyway, I laid her on one of the conveyor belts, thank God it didn't start moving, and called for an ambulance. Customers and employees were screaming and puking, some even fainted. I saw some goth chick standing to the side, videotaping it on her phone. Kids these days. Anyway, the ambulance showed up, made sure she was still alive. I didn't see her, after losing all that blood, but she was. They put the left side of her face back in place, as well as her eye, then wrapped her entire head and face in gauze. She looked like a damn mummy for God's sakes. They loaded her into the ambulance and left. Stephen came staggering out shortly after. Pat made him clean up the mess. He wasn't too happy about that. I heard she's doing okay now. She quit after that. I can't really blame her. We've had a couple deli managers since, but they didn't last too long, with all the crazy things that happen here. We're looking for one now. So, if you're interested, give us a call at 1-800-BARNABY.